So the first question is, what is F test? Okay, F test the following. So you have a one bell, okay, say the bell, right, X, right? So X follow normal, right, with some mu X and variance X, right? And the other one will be Y, say, right? And also a bell, right? So Y have normal distribution with mean Y sigma square Y, okay? The question is, I have two bells. I want to check if they have the same variance. That's F test, okay? The F test is asking the following, is asking F test, okay? I try to see if I can use the pen. Oh, that's good, that's better. So you will be H now will be sigma square X is equal to sigma square Y, okay? And H1, there are two tail or one tail, but let's say I have two tail, okay? And in general, the F looks like this. Sometimes can be look like this. Sorry, no, there's no upset. Some look like this. Sometimes look like this. Okay, it can be upward sloping, downward sloping. Okay, so two tail means that you will. This is 0. Okay, this is a PDF of the F, right? Okay, and the F test statistic, F would be the following. So how can you test whether they're same or not, right? The simplest thing you can imagine is you don't know the sigma, right? So what you're going to do is use the S, right? The sample standard deviation to the ratio, right? So if it is 1, that's perfect, right? If 1, then exactly the same, we don't need to do anything, right? If it's much bigger than 1 and much smaller than 1, you would complain, right? Because they're not equal to. So that's why 1 is usually somewhere here, depends on that, right? 1 is somewhere here, okay? And usually this F, right, is suppose you draw the sample nx of here, ny of here, right? Number of sample, right? The F will be, you have to check the table, F nx minus 1, right? F of ny minus 1. So that's how you check the table, right? So that is the F test. Is that clear? So basically you compare variance, you assume there are two bell curves, you check whether they're same or different, right? Of course, if you do two tail is to check both ends, like the T. If you say like we do ANOVA or the regression, it must be the numerator bigger than denominator by construction, right? Because across group must be bigger than within group. So you only need to check the right tail. That is usually what we do in Excel, right? So that is F test. Is that clear? Is that clear? If just ask, because we don't have any particular thing to do except our past paper, right? Otherwise that will be very fast anyway. Don't worry about that. So just make sure if you have a question, just we have a break, you can ask again. Okay, I hope I try to answer your question. So let's see what is the next question in our list. So we have the question about what's F test, how to distinguish Z-score and Z-test. Okay, Z-test statistics. Okay, so what is that? Let me have a picture there. Okay, the next question is, what is Z-test? I forgot. The question is Z-score and Z-statistics. Z-score and Z-stat. Okay, so Z-score usually when we say Z-score, doesn't have to be normal. Usually what we meant is you just normalize to the data to mean 0 and standard deviation 1. So usually what you do is, suppose your data, right, x1 up to xn, our z, right, normalized will be z1 z2 cn, right? How we do that, right? Usually what we do is z1 is x1 minus X bar over S, right? You subtract the mean over the SD, usually you say the C score for each value, right? Just like suppose an exam, have a score of say 0 to 100, right? But there's a number there, right? But what you do is you subtract the mean and divide by SD, right? So that's basically your score will be how many deviation from the mean, right? If you C score is 1, you say 1 deviation mean, right? So on and so forth. Okay, that is usually means C score. And C stat statistics is usually what we mean by we are talking about is Z test, right? Z test is talking about the following, right? You consider a bell curve, okay? Population is a bell, okay? And X, right? You collect some data here, okay? And what you want to do is to want to test the mu is equal to a certain number A, okay? This is the hypothesis, right? And of course, alternative can be like this or anything you want. The C test is, right? How you test this guy? How you test this is right or wrong, right? The thing is, suppose A, the mean is here, right? You will say in this two-tailed test, you will say, okay, if your X bar is exactly A, then you're done, right? Then you really say you can't reject, right? Because they support the data, right? But if your data is far away from A, right, on both sides, because two-tailed here, right? It's either too far, too small, or too big, right? Then we'll reject, right? So that's the idea, right? It's too far away from A, then we'll say support this guy instead, right? And how far we say is small, usually we would put this together alpha probability. Alpha usually is 5%, sometimes 10 or 1%, but usually it's 5% rule, right? And you can, of course, this critical value, right? If we know the distance is sigma, right? Then this critical value will be A minus C alpha over 2, right? Sigma over root n, right? That is the lower bound, right? The upper bound where this guy, right? The critical value, right? Will be actually same as the confidence interval, right? Plus this alpha over 2, sigma over root n, right? So, but also you don't work in this X, you can normalize it because that is, you can do for every normal, you can constant that normal, right? So you can have 0 here, right? Variance of 1, this becomes Z, right? And this value, same as this value, Z alpha over 2 negative, right? This is Z alpha over 2. And these values, is the rejection region, right? And what is the Z test is exactly, you take your data minus the A and over sigma over root n, right? Because if it's here, that corresponds to the same area, okay? That is called the test statistics. That's you compare Z with these two numbers, right? If Z is within these two numbers, you will support the H null. If this is far away, right, beyond these two numbers, you would reject the null hypothesis. It's too far away, right? Because when your the test statistic is actually in this extreme region, is same as that place extreme region. Same thing, because this Z and X are the same thing, right? Just normalization, right? Because normal is, you can look at which diagram is the same. Always clear? Question? If no, then we go to the other one. Okay, that should be, I hope there's no concern for that. So let's see the next question there. Oh, I should do the screen, right? So I go down 3 first. Can you explain the sampling distribution of page 55? Page 55? I slide page 55? Oh, page 55. I do have page 55. 55. Oh. So here I said, oh, here I said, look at the table. This this gives you this one. So it's very simple. This T 90, you check the table 1.662 and 1.662. Within this region is 90%, right? And by symmetry means this is zero, symmetric about zero, right? So this area and this area, the left and the right are the same, right? And left and right totally is 0.1, right? So the area on the left must be 0.5, 0.05, right? So because this is 1, this add up must be 0.1, right? Because symmetry, left and right are the same. So this guy, that's what is being asked, must be 0.05. Is that clear? So that is being, so this is a question. And now I go to the next question. If some definition knows green, yeah, I think you would need to understand the green part to answer the question in the exam. So if you, as long as the green part understood, then should not be an issue. Of course, you have to know what to apply, right? But otherwise, it shouldn't be. There's nothing beyond the green part of the exam. Okay. Well, yeah, Excel also, right? Excel, the thing I discussed a bit, but that would be the thing. And what is the E symbol? E is expectation. So E is. So I think the question is, what do you mean by E in the expectation sign? I think you're talking about is estimation part, right? What's the E here? E is the average, right? But this average is over the sample space, right? Sometimes something appear more or less, right? Just like you roll a die, right? 1 up to 6 is equally likely, right? Just averaging out. I think we covered that in the probability idea about the E, right? Just like here, right? The E idea is it's like this. E, you take average with average by probability, right? So you have the probability distribution, you just multiply and sum, right? It's a sum product idea, okay? Just a simple operation, and yes, good meaning. So that's why we use it. In case I haven't answered you, then just ask again. Yes, ANOVA regression is, I just need you to know how to understand the Excel output, right? But if you understand how this output, you understand everything in the thing. What I don't need to do is you do the calculation, right? You don't need to how you come up with the data, how you get Excel table. You should know I teach in the class, but I'm not asking the exam, right? So what I need is to know how to get them and how they're related, right? Maybe, as I said, I don't ask you, later see past paper. I don't ask you how you arrived SSE or the SST or the SSR, right? But you would be able to know, I give you two of those, you know the third one, right? So that would be the question, how they're related. So the question would be explicitly say if I think that it's not possible, you just limit Excel function, okay? If your Excel function is correct, you give the full credit, okay? Of course, you will tell me if Excel function gives you this, what you do, right? That would be the thing, okay? But that will be fine, okay? I mean, no punishment will be there if you write the right thing, okay? I ask a TA to make sure that if you write the right Excel formula, you tell me what you should do, right? Then you should be fine, okay? So it shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be a problem there. So what's M prime means in ANOVA? I forgot to answer this question. N prime in ANOVA doesn't appear in the one-way ANOVA. It appears in two-way ANOVA, the table here. In two-way ANOVA is like this, okay? And we focus on a case where each combination have the same number of observations is M prime, okay? So you can see M prime is how many observation has A1 grouping and B1 grouping. So every combination in this particular example, say M prime is free because A1, B1 has free, A2, B2, A1, A2, B1 is free. And in this one is totally is 12, right? But M prime is free, okay? M prime is for each combination grouping, how many options of them. In our study, always the same number, okay? That's called the balance or what we call with replication, okay? So if you want to say, I want to drop this assumption, how do you do? Beyond our class. We focus on the case where only have that, okay? So next question. So when you have this, then in general, the idea is you always take the smaller one. So if 39, you take 30, you make a decision. If you only have a table, okay, you can say I only have 30 in my hand. Just I use 1030, T30, okay, and that will be the case. But if you're really concerned, just write the Excel formula there. You get a credit. No problem. Okay, because well, to my mind, I don't mind you actually bring the Excel or whatever, but because of the cheating concern. Well, actually, I can have assignment before you do the final, right? But I know that you're busy, and the assignment is basically do calculation, right? So it's more or less try to train you to know what's going on there, and right. So shouldn't be any. That is actually easier, right? I mean, if you know Excel AE, basically can do everything in 10 minutes. If you're Excel, everything can be done in 10 minutes because there's copy things there. But I want you to know how the calculation works out. Okay, so I would say if you just don't submit that assignment, I don't think I'll fail a grade, to be honest. I mean, maybe 1 in the 10th chance I fail a grade, but usually the grade mostly determined by your project and your exam, because it's really clear that, I mean, the distribution is very clear, usually. I mean, only with 1 or 2 chances you are the cutoff decide whether A or A minus, then that makes a difference. If you really bothered, yes, you can give up that. I don't think it would hurt. Okay. But I mean, of course, it's good for you to do it again because that would be the thing. Anyway, arise on the project. Oh, very simple. It's a business school project, right? So make sure there is a business level presentation, right? I don't expect you a technical report with all the details there, right? The detail can be put in appendix, but the main report you should do is just, I think, 2 pages, right? You just have to be really focused on what the question you are asking, what the answer you have, and the main thing, don't tell me every single detail. But it's a business report, right? I just want to ask you, right? I'm not asking you to generate, you tell me everything detail. What's the mean? What's the variance? You draw all the possible pie chart, bar chart, right? There's no need, right? Just present the thing you need. You don't need to do all the hypothesis testing, estimation, ANOVA, regression, do everything. No, it's not a checklist. Just present the most interesting thing. Even summary statistics, if fun is already enough, right? You find out something very nice, summary statistics, draw a nice picture, done, right? That is the thing. I mean, I'm not asking you to be competing in, I use the very complicated machine learning method, our algorithm. No, I'm not going to reward that. I'm going to reward you how to apply the thing in practice. Even a very nice diagram, you fit it, have a nice result, explain it, that's good. That's what I'm asking. Any tips? Since student estimation, for whatever class, the unbiased efficient estimates pass paper always, no matter what, right? Because the meaning is because my mind, the question is made by me, and my head has limitation. I cannot have many possible type of questions, right? Usually the question I'd ask is more or less the same, right? And the good thing is, maybe a disappointing is like, no matter how similar I make every year, I mean, I have a nice distribution anyway. So I don't have to make myself innovate that much, but you can challenge me. I mean, you can get very good grade, then maybe next year I can change a lot, but so far, maybe the past will be the best predictor of the future. So far, it's like this. That's what I can say. Well, I think you know what is going to be there, right? There's so many topics there, right? I mean, mainly estimation, hypothesizing, regression, ANOVA. right? Distribution, mean and variance probability, right? That would be, I mean, you know all the topics, right? So there's nothing very special, right? And I said I don't really want to ask calculation, so it just shouldn't be too crazy, right? And then, I mean, you look at the past paper, then should be a good prediction. Oh, what's different between 12 variants of X and variance 12 of X? Oh, that's very different, right? So I think this question coming from the assignment, I have to answer this question in the board, okay? So I think the question is like this. So what is the difference between variance 12 of X and 12 variance X, okay? So first, this is equal to 144 variance of X, okay? So that is not the same. I hope that's clear in the beginning, okay? That should be very clear that's not the same, okay? And why is that actually? That is what the finance is about, right? Actually, say 12x means what? Suppose x is your market price or market return, the stock price, right? Or stock return, okay? 12x means that you put, say, suppose one stock, your variance of x, right? Suppose you have 12 stock, the variance will be 144x. Why? Because your value is every loss and gain multiplied by 12 times, and by variance, because everything is square, so it's up by 144, right? But in terms of SD, they're the same, right? SD is also the 12 times. So variance must be 144 times, right? So if you double your investment, okay? If you measure the risk by standard deviation, it's still double, right? But if you measure by variance, it's quadruple, okay? Right? That's the difference, okay? And look at the left-hand side, right? If you invest not one stock, if you invest 12 different stocks and they're uncorrelated, the variance just multiplied by 12. So it's less than 144. So that's why we say diversification. You don't put all the egg in the same basket, right? So if you put 12 eggs in the one basket, either it go well, either it breaks, then it can have huge variance. But if you have 12 different eggs in 12 different baskets, right? Maybe one basket fall down, but other basket may jump to the sky. So average out will be smaller. So that's the difference. Okay. So when you add up adding independent variables, it's just 12 times. But if you put all your money in the same thing, then you have a much higher variance. Okay. So that is the reason why we learn this, right? Otherwise, what we're doing, right? Why diversify? Okay. I hope I answered your question. I think that is the question, your question one in the assignment 2. Okay. That is sometimes some of you fail to answer. I think that is the only tricky question in my assignment. Full 5 assignment, that is the only tricky question. Otherwise, all other questions are just very straightforward. Because I want you to remember that part. So that's why I keep that there. But every year, there's some people fail at that question. So let me go down and then go back again. Which part regression we cover in the finance? I already said. I just need you to know the Excel page. So what I want is the following, as I said. There's the part that I'm asking. If you know very well how each formula arrives, what the formula for Excel formula behind, if I cross out or erase out some numbers, you can able to get you back, right? And how you make decision, right? Suppose I give you this table, I ask the hypotesting on B, on A, right? On the slope coefficient, you can know it. Suppose I give you this was R squared, you can know it, right? Was MSE, you know what's the number, right? Or I erase the SSR, right? you fill that in? So this is the question, right? We can look at we talk about the past paper, you see, right? So that would be the question asking, because this is the table that you will be looking at, right? No matter you use Excel, you use R, or you use Python, that will be more or less same as this table. So as long as you know this table, how it works, I'm very happy. And actually, this is ANOVA in regression. This is actually, you have to remember for the way forward, because it's the only thing we need, right? All other thing we study for the whole semester is prepared for this page, all right? So if you know, you remember how to use this one, I'm very glad, because that's my goal for this class, right? Except among other things as well, but this is the most important goal. Same as ANOVA, right? I will expect you to know very well, okay, how to know this table, right? Or the one way ANOVA this table, right? This calculation I'm not asking, so just table or the ANOVA table, ANOVA one table, right? So this is two-way ANOVA, and the one-way ANOVA, right? You should be able to answer this, and then you're done, okay? Luckily, right, our most difficult part, only I ask you the easier one, okay? But the reason why this is not because I being lazy or I want to make it easy, but that's the thing you need, right? So I want to ask the thing you need, not technical part, someone footnote that someone should know to be proud of, but this thing very practical, okay? So what I ask is a practical thing, not asking somewhere, some hidden formula somewhere. Oh, for exponential, very good question. So look at the so Excel. The question asking exponential. Just copy that guy and go back to the Excel spreadsheet there. Okay, and you check if they're the same, then we're happy. Okay, so this is exactly what we want. So you would input the lambda as we write in the test, right? So you enter 1 over the mean. You can just check against it. Okay. Actually, you shouldn't ask me. Actually, you can check by Excel, right? You ask Excel. Let's try, because F like that. Okay. If you are not sure, you can input this formula to make sure this is correct. So let's try to do that as well. Okay. EXP negative 10 over 20. Okay, the same formula. Okay. So this is what we have, right? The F is, we define F is this one. Okay. So, okay. So I think the slide stand correct. Okay. Oh, so if you do exam, if you don't know, just write the Excel formula there, right? The P value is this, and you write if this more than 0.5, then you would not reject X1, X0. If it's less than 0.5, you reject, then that will be fine. Okay. If it's asking you 5%, right? So that would be fine. Okay. As long as the right Excel formula is correct, that's fine. If you, of course, if you have the T table that exactly have that, you can write that down. Otherwise, you can just skip there. Okay. And I guess I would not answer the question that you can't answer easily. Or if I say so, the question will say use Excel formula to give me the answer. So don't worry. In any case, you just can write Excel formula. So don't worry about that. We don't take marks away from you if you know the Excel formula correctly. Okay. So shouldn't be an issue there. And so a question here like was p-value, how to calculate 95% confidence interval? So p-value again is the idea is like this. I use the set test to talk about p-value because we have already did it. So mu equal to A, mu not equal to A, right? How do we do this? This is a normal, right? X, right? And actually this is indeed with X bar, right? That would be better. And X bar, the variance like this, right? And this is the A, okay? And this is the sample mean distribution, right? That's what we learned in topic 4, right? The sample mean will follow the same distribution, but the variance is divided by n, right? That's what we learned, okay? Because this is the variance of X bar, right? We have been doing that all the time. So how do we decide whether we reject or not, right? If the sample mean X bar is at A, then we're okay, right? And if not, then we say not okay. So what we say not okay is we have pre-decided, okay? This is the region that support this. It's called 1 minus alpha, how big it is, right? And these are the area two-tailed test, alpha. This alpha is called the significance level, right? Or level of significance, it's significant level, right? That's what we have been doing, it's called the significance level. Okay. And usually this is 5%, 1%, or 10%, okay? Okay. And in history, then you've set a particular alpha and then you decide reject or not. Okay. That is historical case. That's why t-table is given this way. Okay. But the fact that we have computer, now things become much easier. Okay. Instead of give you a fixed threshold of 5, 10, you have data, okay? The sample mean is here, okay? And we want to know at what alpha level we reject it, okay? So we keep changing the alpha such that it get just reject, that's the p-value. So maybe we move this alpha to bigger, right? So move to the both side, okay? That is the p-value. And p-value will be the confidence I attach to the outcome of the sample such that X0 is correct, right? Basically, simply speaking, it's like how likely that I think X0 is right, right? If p-value is very small, then I don't have confidence on X0, right? So that's why we say the p-value is less than 5% and we reject, because p-value is how likely we think that under the H0 you get your sample mean, you get what you observe, right? So that's what it means. Is that clear? Again, if not clear, we talk about that later again. So let's see. I hope that is clear enough. So the next question is, how is denominator? No, can be anything. So like the t, no, above can be if. So the question is the F test, right? So if you want in our ANOVA, we have the numerator bigger than the denominator, right? Then that's our now above versus is equal. Alternative is above bigger than the below, right? That is the right tail test. If you swap it, you can do it. You can do the left tail test, right? But usually you can do it. There's no problem. Okay. And the F table we just flip. It's an inverse. Okay. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it can be anything, right? Just a t-test, right? The set test, right? You can compare two mean, right? You can say the one tail test. You can do two tail, but two tail is no different. You can say mu1 bigger than mu2 or mu2 bigger than mu1 is also fine. Depend on left tail, right tail. It's a choice. How to read F table? Okay, F table. Let me pick this out. So F table look like this. Okay. So this is what you look, right? So I think it's good to go back to the example that in the text, then you know what I'm doing, right? Look at this table. The F test is very simple, right? I think we have that in the class, right here, right? In this one, right? I have a sample size of 50 over the sample size of 40. The variance is 1.5, right? The F test it's a two-tail test, right? Two-tail, right? F is like this, right? And this is 50 over means 49, 39. Okay. So two tails actually means that so I have a 5% here, 5% here. Okay. So usually the table F table gives you this value. Okay. The reason that they only give you one value is actually very simple. If this is F, this is 1 over F, the same thing. That's why when you swap, there's no difference. The right tail and the left tail just the reciprocal. So that's why if you reverse the order of one or other, check the same thing. Okay. So, and now I told you the table how you read. You read the 39, 39. Okay. And let's see if that here, the table here, but table will be somewhere here, right? So in my table, I don't have that, but what you do is N1 is the first one. You go to the 49 column. Okay, what you do is, I don't have that here, but you go to the 49 column there. Okay. And you go down up to 39 here, which I don't have there. Okay. But you go to that particular place, this gives you this value because this is the tail. Yes.
Professor, can we use 40?
Or you can use 40. Yeah, but you have the 49 anyway. You don't have, yeah. Oh, you're 39.
But is 39 the degrees of freedom or the
39 degree of freedom. So you use 39, 49.
But are those numbers, aren't those just
you can say DF1, DF2, they say it's just the number. You subtract by 1.
Thanks.
Okay. And well, I pretty much guess that I would not be able, unless where we're usually you will rely on Excel, right? Because F table is too crazy to remember. But this is how you read that, right? Because this gives the tail area, right? Anyway. For T table, yeah, I think our answers are far away from the critical value so that you would able to make a decision even though you make some nearby enough. I think the number, if you could do it right, should be, I mean, enough far away from the critical value so that, I mean, if you look at the table up and down a little bit, doesn't change the answer. So that will be the answer. But I said in the real world, use Excel, right? So I don't think you're concerned for that one. So if you worry, just write down Excel. Should be fine. Okay. So I don't want you to be too much worried about T table or thing, right? It's not something that I would worry about that. Okay. But of course, if you know how to do it, just use the table, right? I'll ask the TA that if you slightly lose about this table reading thing, if you just slightly off a little bit, I think we still give you the almost full credit, maybe one mark deduct, but otherwise shouldn't be worried too much. Explain this. Oh, this is set notation belongs to. Okay, so this set notation is mean belong to this side. It's like X as a number 1, 2, 3, 4. Say for example, this is a set, the collection of stuff. 1 is belong to X, right? 2 is belong to X. 3 is belong to X, right? 4 is belong to X. Okay. But 5 is not belong to X. I get this what it means. What it's asking. What else? If not green part, not test, well, I cannot say whether things in the final, but I already said the general principle, right? I only try to ask the thing that I asked you, the example in the assignment. If not there, then shouldn't be the main focus, right? All right. I cannot preclude everything, right? But that would be my thing. Okay. And most part in the final, Yeah, probability. Well, I think recovers. I mean, you look at the past paper, that's the best predictor, as I already said already. Same for every other class, not my class only. Every class like this, right? It's a. But now I'm not so sure these days because you have ChatGPT that make generating question much easier these days for sure. But so far I don't really need that part, so that's why. F table, you can do whatever you like, that's fine. Okay, you can bring whatever you like. You don't have to use my T table, F table, Z table. You can bring your own version to the same. Or you can do the Excel, you can just create your own. So you don't have to use my own. Bring your own, do your own stuff is fine. Okay. Yeah, you can do whatever you do. Okay, that's no problem. As I said, when you think you don't have enough F table, that's why the Excel formula. We give you full credit if you do it right. Okay. So there's something there. Oh no. So let me check this one. Then I think we already almost done with this Q&A part. And there's something goes on there.
これいい。全然覚えられない。これいい。
So what?
全然覚えられない。
So for those who don't speak Chinese, it means that this little creature is doing revision and then he can't remember anything. Then she's trying to draw a handsome guy there that makes him very happy. So it means that in case if you are doing your exam, if you don't know what to do, bring a picture of your idol or your girlfriend, boyfriend, mother, sister, son, daughter, whatever, grandpa, grandma, whatever you like, put there. Make you happy, then will be helpful. Okay. So I guess let's have a short break, say of 10 minutes time, and I will. Okay, I close under you reply. In case you still want to ask question, then feel free to do so. But we'll go over the maybe I do the very last one for the for that, right? Because this is very last break we're doing. So let's do this one, and then we have 10 minutes break, and then let's see the. I think this is the last one, right? So we do the last one. Unique thing you want to share, you want to do it, and then we'll go over our exam paper quickly. Okay. So we don't spend too much time on that. In case answer question is more important, because I think if you know, then you can do it. And I think it's Hong Kong tradition that whenever you say goodbye, you have to give a biscuit or candy, 散水餅. So I'm going to give you some 散水餅now. There's some candy, yeah. I just pass out. Yep. I just hand over. You can take as many as you want. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks, Professor.
Pass it on. We have 10 minutes break. 咩㗎？你能夠先佢哋答案得㗎。你而家唔係我哋單嚟講，如果佢要 less than 佢大，係直接你可以直接開寫咧。你知佢話我唔可以自己可以直頭講過啊，你話大佢啊嘛，細個唔記得。即係話你話。咁咪話 B.B.A 呢個哦你成日話，A 基本上用得嘅，咁唔係我講下出嚟個 slide 咪大爆炸咯。大咪啲細路咗。如果 B.B.A 會係即係話我真係 research 冇你只能夠係即係話 research 咗收嘅，我玩佢都唔覆我啊！你成日玩佢覆我係咯，我真係你睇緊佢啊！你如果你出咗答案，唔係啊！係啊！最細最呢點啊？佢係嗰邊。係啊，溫度夠係嘅，係。我哋嘅勾一定係緊嘅，我哋勾咗出嚟緊嘅，我哋係我哋嘅先防我都係啊，快脆工。應該係你問啲佢點我就翻到晚上對翻細班個睇個包頭，包頭兩邊溫你可能都聽到話兩邊你5%，即係兩邊都擺啦。咁你翻聽唔到，我真係大我咁咪即係點解？我話大咯。 五三五啊嘛，係佢基本上係差唔多嘅。咁啊，已經因為咪爆咗咪即係一咯，咪爆咗咪嚟。一嚟嘅啦，因為如果有機正常好似將你機你想佢咯，你咯。12啊嘛，大家3都一樣。因為話如果呢個題目你可以 X 寫一個關鍵詞，假設你話俾佢知你個聲點做，按時交而家你自己帶翻個自己帶，我帶俾你，如果唔啱係鬧我，你自己講。Oh, yes, right. Oh, and this is the I don't want to 我講呢句，點解我唔講㗎？我唔答。This is a good thing. You did good guidance. One way to next one is one guy. Next one Oh, yeah, because we did. Oh, yeah, it's all 我俾晒所有嗰啲嚟噶嘛。
Oh, yeah. Yes, take out. Well, you should do it, don't.
佢打晒文佢咪得，我唔知答你喎，你帶埋晒文佢，帶埋答案佢，你見到個題目咪傾落去咯，就簡單過晒。 Okay, so let's see if your question then try to quickly get done. How to read F table? F table again is the tail we gave you. So look again this one. So you can see the tail table I give you is the right tail. So this is the critical value. So I put F N1, N2, right? So that's why it means if your denominator have N1 and N2, you have to subtract 1 to apply to this one. Okay. Maybe I should use degree of freedom is better, but maybe I should not use N1, N2. But this -1, right, should be exam, I will not provide anything. You bring whatever you want, I told you, right? You can bring your photo of your important ones, whatever is fine. Okay, just no sharing. Yeah, I think pretty much that's how I asked, right? You see the past paper there. What Excel formula? Oh, you can write all of them, that's no problem. I mean, you can just print out whatever you like, that's no problem. Yeah, you can bring as many cheat sheets you want, okay? No iPad, no iPhone, no computer, okay? You can bring your standard calculator, it will be okay, right? Non-scientific, no Wi-Fi version is fine. As long as no Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, you can bring your own version, okay? Proportion A range, I guess it's more or less like historically, I think it's like 30% or something. Same of all, I think every other class, don't know. My class is not particularly different. So 30% like this. And the median grade is like B plus, right, in general, right? So I think if you get 30 to 50, 60, you get B plus, right? And then B and B minus and so on and so forth. But of course, we really do have, I mean, every year can be different, right? Because we are doing absolute grading, right? As long as you can convince me that you achieved a certain level, then you should get the grade. I can defend for you, right? You do it very well, then I can defend for no problem. Because we don't have a fixed cutoff for what's A, what's B. Because if you do very well, I mean, I'll fight for you, right? Yeah, you can get more if you want. I mean, I send you that. I can only upload the record up to the test. When I discuss the test part, I have to cut off that part. There's some reason I cannot put the discussion of the test paper on the web, but otherwise up to here we will include. Okay, but you can take picture, whatever. It's not, I cannot provide, but you can take if you want. Yeah, please ask TA. TA have everything. Okay, for the assignment, he will have everything. Okay? Don't ask me, ask TA. If you really want to do for exam, looks 30, it'll be fine. Okay. That being said, if you do 40 in exam, you should get also the right answer. But I will use this. The general rule is use the smaller one. But I think it would be okay if you got 40, it should be fine. It will stop it. We're not. I mean, as long as you tell me what you're looking at, right, it should be fine. I ask a grade TA loosely. Oh, I think the Zoom recording is on the YouTube now. I mean, everything is in the YouTube, right? I don't think you can check it out. Oh, already someone want to test again so much? Wednesday already? Oh, that is a little bit too funny, but yes, Rainy, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's a good. As I said, bring your assignment with your answer, past paper, right? Then whatever you want to bring, that should be fine, right? I mean, as I said, our exam or test doesn't go beyond what's there. Okay, it's not. I'm not very innovative in terms of exam question. As far as so far it works out. I mean, for me, I mean, if this year do very well, then probably I have to think about that. But so far, I don't need to very innovative to distinguish who you are, right? So don't worry if you can't finish on time by construction. The question is, I mean, I create the question longer than on average you can finish. If you're very good, then you can finish. But on average, you can't finish it. Okay. I expect say B+ student can't finish it. Okay. If you are top 30%, you're able to finish it. And so that's why I suggest you to do the question that you feel is easy. If you're stuck, you just skip and do. Okay. Right? Because it's not absolute grading. So you don't have to worry if you don't get it done, because I deliberately make more difficult than it should be. Well, everything in the exam already said, right? We can't find p-value from F table. P-value don't show critical value. 5%, 1%, 10% there. You can't find p-value from T table, from F table. Just critical value. You can find the range, of course. You can say less than 5% or less than 10%, but in general, you can't. You want to get this again? Just come and get it. Can I don't think I can bring the snap back up to the medical thing because I carry the exam paper already. That is the thing I want to secure the exam paper. I try to see if I can do it, but I can't promise, okay? If I can, I will bring, okay? Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, you never know. Well, I hope you're happy, but I would say to you that when I was a student taking this class, I don't think I understand 100%. Okay, I think I get A or A-, whatever, but I don't think I get for that class, right? But I don't really fully understand. I mean, just apply the formula, because at that time only I allow one cheat sheet, 2 pages. I copy everything. When I see the question, okay, this is the question I apply. Okay, I think that is normal. I mean, because everyone's busy. I understand when you don't fully understand everything, right? But when you look back, right, you understand. Look at the Excel output. You know how to do it. That's the best you can do, right? So that's why I asked you for assignment for exam. So I hope that is okay. But the good thing is our class is fully record, right? 10 years later, you want to study back. If YouTube's still there, it's still there, right? So if YouTube down, ask me, I can upload to somewhere new place. This will be fine. It's in my computer, so everything is there. Yes. Yeah, you can have as many cheat sheets as you want. The only thing is you cannot share, okay? Because I don't know whether you write the answer, right? So that's why I don't have multiple choice, right? Otherwise, it's easy to cheat. I think you're good. If you know you're not good enough, actually you're good, right? The Chinese saying, right? If you know that you're not good enough, you're brave enough to achieve what you want. So you have, I mean, always I feel I'm not enough, right? Being not enough is a good thing. Not so fast. I'll see you on Wednesday. So I hope that's okay. Let me quickly do it because someone will do the CTE later, right? So let me quickly